Hello everybody, welcome to the latest Worlds of ZZT livestream where we are resuming our journey through the Chrono Wars series. We are currently towards the end of part 4 out of 13. And yes, the colors are different. This game blinks, like, severely. Uncomfortably so. And so I've opted this time to just disable blinking, which means we get these bright backgrounds instead, which is not authentic, as it were. It's not how this game is meant to look, but it will save our eyeballs quite a bit, I imagine. So we missed, well, if you missed last Sunday, and here we are on part 4, but don't worry, I'll catch you up real fast. I made sure to write a little summary. So let's see here. When we last left off, the year is 2282. We are playing as Asher Wells, a temporal physicist. His coworker Joe was revealed to have a time machine, and the two went off together to see Joe being born. Except instead of Joe being born, the baby was a girl named Jane. Turns out that Joe's brother Chris at some point stole the time machine, and now he's been screwing around with history, and he wants to use it to become rich. Not, with like a savings account kind of deal, or knowing about how the stock market's gonna work, or anything along those lines. His plan is, I will sell the time machine for a lot of money. Which, I guess works. But all his messing around with time, he's apparently been going into the future and meeting cool robots and stuff as well. All that stuff is gonna cause problems. It's bad for the, quote, time web. We don't want to break that. So, eventually Joe and Ash are stranded in the past without their time machine, as it's been stolen. And their solution is to have themselves frozen in cryostasis and remain frozen until the time machine's signature is detected. Fortunately for them, the Jane of this world, this timeline, also gets into temporal physics and invents a time machine. So they meet up with her, and upon explaining everything to her, she's like, oh, well, I guess I won't time travel then, because the time web would collapse. And then she gives them the time machine so they can stop Chris and fix everything. She kind of gets a raw deal, but people were saying last week that she does not stay gone for long, so we will meet her again. So our boys, Joe and Ash, travel back to the ancient year of 1990, where Chris plans to kill a man named Brent Aaron, who was the person who discovered that time travel is in fact possible. He will take Chris will take the credit for this discovery and become wealthy off of this. They manage to stop him, and now that they each have a time machine, they begin to chase each other in hyperspace. Chris is pretty quick to stop once Joe says, like, hey, if you give everybody time machines, somebody could just go back and try to kill you like he was doing to Brent. And Chris is like, oh, right. So, conflict over, everybody agrees to return to the present. However, the signals are mysteriously jammed, and they can't time travel. And instead, they wind up on some strange place called Alliance Time Base Atlas. And that's where part 4 begins. And we've been spending part 4 exploring this weird base, fighting a bunch of ZZT creatures, solving puzzles ranging from like switching floors and walls and doing algebra homework. It's been a bit of a mess. We've gotten really no story beats yet. That's pretty much where we left off. There's a reactor in the middle of this base that's guarded by 7 gates, and we've slowly been hitting buttons that open each one. Presumably, once we can open all of them, we can go inside and figure out what the deal is. So, yeah. Ash, Joe, and Chris are just in this room here with a bunch of keys, I guess. That's what we're up to now. and this base blinks a lot. So anytime you see bright colors like these line walls in the corner by the player, that would normally be like blinking brown and look really, really rough. Because the blinking effects are just like everywhere. It's a bit of a painful game to look at. Some boards are noisy like this one. So let's see what we're up to here. Oh, that's going to be interesting with the blinking. The doors were blinking, so these solid walls are actually the doors. Impressive. Let's make us a nice fresh save. We're just going to call this, I'm going to use my House of Horrors approach from Friday's stream and just name it A. That's the new meta. So we got to get some keys. Now for House of Horrors, I was smart and practiced its weird slider puzzle. I did not do anything of the sort for this. And I'm already at least smart enough to see that if I push this north-south slider up, it'll go through the transporter and just prevent me from ever getting that key. So, good lord, wish me luck. I have to go this way at least, so that's something. This is just that. Everybody knows how to make that little thing. So we get ourselves a key here. Aha. We need to make sure that our exit is free. Still confident in the save. There's sharks like in the walls. I don't know what they're supposed to be. There's invisible walls. That's great, and we definitely needed those. Okay, well, you know what? The more linear this is, that's probably for the best. I'm kind of afraid that that's just a door for no reason. But it might be an object too. It's very difficult to tell. Okay, don't do that. Confirmed. Okay. That's fine. I think that's fine. I already have a yellow key. Oh, wow. I can't believe it. You did need to use that door. You are correct. I really don't think this arrow thing matters. So we're turning the 1 key limit into a gameplay mechanic. Okay, well this is straightforward enough. On the block the west transport. Yeah, that's what I was looking at. I'm like, oh, okay, there's probably another transporter, but it doesn't seem to matter. Apologies for this ultra silent room. Because it's still not pleasant. This looks like a race against a pusher. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Grab a key. Run through this gauntlet. Can I shoot? I can shoot on this board. Take that gauntlet. I fired 2 bullets and I got rid of like 4 bullets. I don't know what happened there, but I'm not complaining. Open this, warp back here. If you go through it on this side, you'll just move 1 tile over and be stuck. Don't do that. Okay. So far, no complaints about this one. This is a reasonable board, other than being very blinky and noisy. All that did what, though? Ah, right. It's kind of tough to notice these doors now that they're just solid walls. I bet these things instantly kill you. They push you against a wall. This could trap you. Save. It's not really any better. That's great. That's a good mechanic. How do I get there fast? No, you can't because of the pusher. That's not good. Never mind. I take it back. This board's got problems. It's the wall sharks acting up. So if a shark just happens to decide to attack you, you just lose. So don't do that, apparently. You can't kill sharks. They're indestructible. I'm gonna give this like 1 more shot, and then I'm just gonna start like no clipping or something. Yeah, there's not a lot you can do about that. Can't shoot sharks, they're underwater. I was gonna zap it. This could trap you. Save. Okay. Okay. If the sharks weren't there, this would be perfectly fine. Okay, we got like 2... Oh, that's... Okay, that's the exit there. We go down. So we want to go to the right here and run past that bullet. See, this here is at least an interesting... It's a little race. I like that. There's something to it. Although, again, I can just shoot. I imagine he meant to turn off firing for this board. Glad he didn't. I just shot myself. Really, the weird bullet behavior is like based on how stats interact. It's all the same bug. Oh my goodness. Okay. Hello, welcome to Star Time-Based Atlas, obviously. These are landmines. They are just bullets that are either cycle 0 or have their stats removed. So they don't do anything, but if you touch them, ZZT will say, hey, you touched a bullet, so you got hurt. So it's not supposed to look like this. I actually disabled blinking because it's very painful to look at, actually. AE. That's probably, like, critically important. I'm writing that down. AE. Sports. It's in the game. Chris pulls the wires to the box. Nice. And we got a split path. Let's go this way. Let's go the other way first. Yeah. So this is that reactor I was talking about. Oh, I never noticed it's like animated in a very strange way. I think we just missed the cyan one. That one seems a bit off. Because we've been going in order through the ZZT color order, which is also pretty much the EGA color order, actually. So all that's left is white over there. Oh, wait a second. I, too, think I know the solution to the alphabet room. Capital A. We can turn our sound on again. Just kick this door repeatedly. Let's see, what was it? Capital A. Lowercase e. So that's the right one. Let's see what the wrong door leads to. Oh, that's incredibly friendly, actually, compared to what this game's been doing. That was, like, refreshing. Okay, so there's one left, and I think we just missed the passage at some point. And then I also don't know how to actually get into this room proper. Where does this connect with? Doesn't look like it connects to anything, so I don't know, maybe once all the buttons are hit. Red room. Oh, yeah, okay, red room. There it is. Okay, so we need to get cyan and red. This is a different board. Honestly, looking at this board, maybe it... Well, no, because I really don't think the doors are meant to be solid walls. This board looks kind of like it's meant to look like this, though. I think that was just politely backtracking for us, which I don't mind one bit. And we get to do this bug again. It's very disorienting. Okay. And I got attacked by a wall shark. We've been in here. We have another exit. Ah, it's probably that one down here. Oh yeah, that's right. One of these walls is like a door. People mentioned this at the end of the last stream. Alright. That's all 7. Then we go back to red. There's one weird thing with a bunch of keys in the corner still. It's easy to get lost in this game. Its story is bizarre. This one is like... Part 4 here is radically different than the previous chapters in terms of how it's structured. Chronos does a lot of weird things, like, these were walls at one point, and then when we solve the puzzle, it's just like, okay, now to leave, I'll just change all these walls into fakes. Alright, let's get our explanation. Well, there's our 2 time machines. And I guess this is our party here, and I guess we're trapped. And possibly gonna get, like, thrown out into space. This is not what I expected out of the main reactor. I am Brian, captain of the Alliance Time-Base Atlas. You have violated many rules of time travel. We have been watching you, and we don't like it. But we have no choice but to take you and your machines back to our planet. Okay. Don't like it. Can't we just go home? What if we promise to never time travel again? A promise? Ha! There'll be consequences, fool. And you know too much. You've also killed many of our men. That is fair. We did shoot a lot of lions and things on this ship. But our reactor is being repaired. It's not that easy to get to. You will come with us. Well, what an abrupt ending. Let's try talking with our crew. No. No. Can't shoot. We're surrounded by walls. What do we miss here? So I actually opened the walkthrough somebody wrote for this on my phone. The other... That's not helpful. Oh wait, maybe that's just the cliffhanger ending for part 4. It just didn't feel like an ending. I think that's what it's supposed to be. Let's see how part 5 starts. That was the Horrors of Atlas. I guess that would track. Part 5, Prison Planet. Okay, yeah, that tracks. I don't know how we survived the fall. There are 13. The first 7 are packaged as one download. I don't know if originally they were released one at a time or not, or if this was just like somebody making this giant series and getting to part 7 and be like, maybe I should let other people play this. Okay. So yeah, it looks like we are on part 5. The Prison Planets. There wasn't much of an ending here. We can watch it again very quick. I am Brian, captain of the Alliance Time-Base Atlas. You have violated many rules of time travel. We have been watching you, we don't like it, but we have no choice but to take you and your machines back to our planet. They ask if they can not do that, just not time travel anymore. The end. And we were very confused at first as to whether or not that was the end or not. So then they just drop us from orbit. It's a great effect, to be fair. I love that. I don't know how we're supposed to survive that, but we're on the prison planet. It's very smoky. Just dropped. Chrono Wars by Chronos 20. Oh no, he spelled his name wrong. Having been in a time base for a long time, Joe, Asher, and Chris are caught and sent to a strange planet. But now they are split. What will happen? How are we split? You're all in there, I would assume. Personal log. Joseph Norton Carter. Date unknown. Within 10 years of 2282. How do we know that even? I don't remember anything saying? Well, no. I don't know how we know that. We've been transported to a prison planet, according to He Who Takes Us. We include a Joseph Norton Carter, Chris Chiron Carter, and Asher Bannon Wells. Oh yeah, Joe and Chris are brothers. I am traveling northward. If anyone finds this, please try to reunite me with my companions. That's a good question. Are we still playing as Joe? Well, there's somebody. Well, I'm even more confused about how we were intended to get to this planet. Busted control panel. Don't even consider trying to fix it. It's hopeless. Okay. We can survive. The little clippy button in the corner. I don't know how well it shows up on stream, but you can definitely see that like the texture of the gray background switches. I don't know if that's purely an aesthetic choice or if like something is going to reveal itself later. Oh, that's right, we're still in blink mode. I'm gonna tentatively turn that off, and if it gets nasty again, we'll do this again. Hold on one moment, please. I just relaunch Zeta real fast. There we go. Yeah, the pilot thing was kind of unexpected. Your way is blocked by rocks. Okay, well then I'm not lighting a torch. Okay, so we're definitely not playing as Joe. I would imagine we're still Ash. Whoa, there's a lot of bears in here. You got cave bears, you got ice bears, you got brown bears. Got spam bots. Hello? It's Joe. Help, help, oh, it's you. Thank you for saving me. We gotta find Chris. Let's go. So are the two of us gonna be able to move the rocks or something? Or is there more to this cave? I guess the two of us are gonna move some rocks. Oh, I'm sorry. Joe is going to deal with the rocks. Thanks, Joe. Oh no, he hurt himself. Joe and Asher, I left these torches here for your light. Please take them. So how did Chris get here? Oh no! It's Chris. Oh no, I probably just softlocked the game. Traveled into this cave. I was lost and I was starving. We don't have any food. It's alright, I'm ready to die. I saw a huge fortress in the distance. Be careful. Oh man, how many of the next parts in this series are going to be about saving Chris's life? Chris is dead. Oh, that was the key for the ship, so we're good. Alright, that was an easily fixed ship apparently. Ah, okay. I erased one passage and revealed another. Wow, yeah, that really fixed it. That didn't take long indeed. Everybody's dying. A dead bear in a pool of blood. It'll have to do. Oh, no. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Chrono Wars! So how do I get... Let's go, we got food! Oh, okay, so Chris is definitely very dead. I mean, I guess it said that. I thought we were going to bring a bear carcass to Chris, so he'd be like, you know what? I'll just eat this bear, and now I'm fine. Oh, that was a board edge, that wasn't a passage, okay. So this looks like a zoo, maybe? Sorry, you'll have to come with me. Don't try anything. Okay, the gun's been taken. We still have no idea what's going on. Hey guard, why are we here? We got a signal from Atlas that you'd be coming. Atlas, Alliance, space stations, what is this and what year is it? This prison has been up since 1804. You were stowaways on the base. We received orders to imprison you. 1804? What race are you? Ooh, what's it gonna be? Humans! We are simply scattered through time. With time travel, time has no meaning. Our minds have evolved to comprehend that. You're crazy. Time travel cannot be used that way. Traveling like that will send the time web into chaos, super-dimensional chaos. Maybe even the calm, normal flow of time will develop weather. Do you want a tornado to send you to another dimension? I love this. It's all becoming clear now. Shut up. Oh. And then we got shot. Toilet. Toilet. Cup. Take cup. I'm on it, Joe. You can count on me. I'm glad our cell has like a pile of ammo to taunt us with. And a computer. I was gonna do that, but then you like told me to give you the cup. Wow, okay. That was an elaborate plan. We just electrocuted the guard in another room by pouring toilet water on our cell computer. It worked. The guard's fried. But run, a slime is leaking from the panel. Okay. So 50-50 whether or not if I erase all the slimes, the game will be like, oh, there's no more slimes, so you lose. Well. Yeah, see, we're fine. Ish. Well, I'm just gonna run through the blink walls, though. Which I think is what I'm intended to do. The ammo is just to taunt you, see? How can you get here? I think the pop-up interrupting the player's movement does prevent you from getting the ammo. I'm not 100 on that. Let's just see what the scroll says. I won't be surprised if it says, hey, you cheated. You suck. The guard. I think you're supposed to be able to do it. That message seems too deliberate. You encounter a strange object that can either free you or kill you. Save, great. What is... Okay. I like the spooky I'm waiting guy. This is... Okay, confirming that is bad. We're not gonna do that. There's definitely some balance problems with this game. This series. Okay. Well, this key maze at least looks interesting. Blue. Oh man, this is where you get to really test your eyes. Going down. That wasn't so bad. Well, thanks, robot. What's the point? I love that it uses black keys and doors, which you can kind of tell aren't meant to be a thing. Goodness. We did it. Okay. Yeah, what's your deal? I am the Agilibot. I can and will destroy you, intruder. And yeah, if you get hit, it sends you back to the beginning of the room. Why are you doing this, Chronos 20? And there's stars too. Not a fan here. Yeah, I don't know how feasible this is whatsoever. Oh, and then you're actually legit supposed to go around again. So you can get over here. Okay, I think that works. Big lever. I'm sure I did something good too. Time for more cheating. I can't type today. There's a lot of goop here, and a lot of ammo. Be careful. So basically part 4, every board was at least as flashy as this. Which if I didn't already kind of clean out this room, I probably would have switched off blinking again. Alright. I think we've escaped from prison? Is that a giant half of an eyeball? It's the central processing unit. Great. Oh no, now it's a robot. Oh, there's bombs. Yes. Good call. I was just gonna, shoot it. I didn't notice that the bombs became available. Ouch. the entire board is made of fakes, there's not going to be any visible explosion. It's the CPU. Star probe. Welcome to the star probe. Show those stars. There they are. Read the log. February 1st, 1997. Pretty early log entry. We found a disruptive star. We believe it is pulling the planet of Gemrule out of orbit. The energy burst is ready. If this planet gets out of orbit... That's a fun little Alexis Jansen Robots of Gemrule reference. February 13th. All that has to be done is to induce a shield around a hemisphere of the disruptive star, then send an energy blast to let the star supernova out one end. If the shield doesn't work, this would decimate the entire solar system. If the shield is too strong, however, it will pull in Gemrule for sure. Okay. Tell me about Gemrule, I guess. Well, there it is. There's Gemrule, there's the star. Ooh. Activate laser. This is the first time a ZZT game has ever, rightly, said that I've committed genocide. Wow. Yeah, don't do that. There haven't been, like, any hints about this is the thing. I mean, obviously it's not going to be just immediately fire the laser, but... Yeah, probe for safe location. Okay, so how... 3... Okay, well, I'm assuming 4 is bad. Let's try 2. This is 1 now. Oh, no, 2. Shield strength 2. Out of 4. I mean, it's going to be 2 or 3. Activate the laser. Star shield is stable, and so is the planet. Now you can leave this place. The keycard also falls out of the computer. Okay. We saved Gemrule. I don't know why I had to do that. That is the first time Gemrule or any of this has been brought up. We had to do it to get a key. I mean, I guess presumably because we destroyed the CPU, and Lord knows what else on this planet, that nobody else could do it. Why is... My game is frozen. What? Can't press buttons. As soon as I walk into this room, the game freezes. Okay. That's unusual. We haven't been in space. So, okay, incel. That's new. Big puzzle room. Okay, we've been to the big puzzle. We've been to the big payoff room. Big battle room. Leads to transporter room, which is the last board. Whole lot of transporters. They're not cycle 0. Actually, let's turn on the lights. Okay, it's already not supposed to be dark. But I did recently find out there is a bug with the latest Kev edit here. Like, if you make a tiger, it says throw stars, but it will be throwing bullets. Like, this is backwards, so maybe that's backwards. Just in case, here's what.zzt, and let's see what happens with that. What? No. That's bizarre. It likes it now. That's another thing to look into, I guess. It was the last board, like, maybe this game was originally super locked and it got unsuper locked. But at the same time, that, like, walkthrough specifically mentions in a few of the later games, it says, like, hey, there's an object that's bugged, here's what you need to do to fix it. And it doesn't mention anything for file 5. Let's see, touch the panel and activate computer. Increase shield strength, activate laser, get the key and go south. Open the gate from above and go south, unlocking the door. And then it just starts telling you how to walk through these transporters. I'm very curious what that's all about, actually. So we need to get a key first. Okay. Nope. 3. Okay. Need to get to there. And nothing good will come of pushing these. Pushing them on the other end is not going to be helpful either. This is a dead end. Yeah. Probably not, actually. I don't think it was meant to be dark. I think that was me just assuming because ZZT loaded it as dark when it was crashing. This is a weird board. What? I just want... Yeah, these were up transport. What happens? we've been frenzied. Alright. Whoop. Whoop. I'm stuck again. Yeah, played a duplicator noise. I've never seen anything like this before. Let's see. This is a cursed board. It seems to have stopped. Oh. Okay. Kevin says this connects to Prison Fortress. So we'd have gotten to it on this side. I guess we could have just ran through this board. And that would have taken us to inside, but that's where we... No, okay. Okay, we're just gonna resume from here and hope. Even the board that connected to didn't have a duplicator. Hang on a second. I'm still here, but I'm just flipping through all the boards in Kev Edit real fast. Because I want to see something. Okay, I just want it to be known. That's right, I don't have that state of launch. There are no duplicators in that world. So ZZT sure thought there was a duplicator. There's not... Like, I was gonna guess that maybe the board that was connected to that or something had a duplicator on it. I don't know. Oh. I have a hunch, but I'm gonna check after the stream. Let's return to normalcy. Hopefully. I think we're at the end of this one anyway. Did we set this place on fire? I guess we blew up the computer. And who knows what happened with that electrocuted guard. There could be a fire. And here's our stuff. Hi, Cal. I've never heard of you. Let me introduce myself. I am Cal. I would like to join your little party. I have been in this prison for a long time. I had been against time travel. I see there are 2 other time travel ships in this hangar bay, recently transported here. Who are you? Asher Wells. Joe Carter. These are our ships, and boy, do we have a story to tell. Save it. We need to take this base back up to space where it belongs. I just separated the prison section. Wow, what is this? Come. I think that was just the passage noise shifted up in pitch. Alright, what do you got for us, Cal? The time web collapsed, I think. I'm beginning to like this Cal guy. More gizmos, gadgets, and dials. This is the control room. Can you just explain everything? The Chrono Wars story. Certainly. I am here to fight against the Alliance, a generation of time travelers. No one knows when it started or who started it. As a scientist, I am against the abuse of time travel. That's right. Me too. So how on earth do we stop this huge force? I have a few friends out there. Oh, you want to know the year? This is March 18th, 1997. Okay, for reference, this compilation, Chrono Wars 1 through 7, is dated June 10th, 1997. And actually, yeah, let's look at the dates here of the individual files. Chrono Wars 1, January 19th, 97. Chrono Wars 2, January 1st, 1997. So, okay, we can't trust these dates whatsoever. But is there going to be a March? Nope. Chrono Wars V, February 17th. And Chrono Wars VI, April 11th. What a shame. I was really hoping that was going to be like present day. And I mean, with how weirdly broken these dates are, maybe. Extreme past. We're in the extreme past. I have several coordinates. We shall assemble a team. Make yourselves comfortable. That sounded a lot like my lawnmower sound effects. Whoop. To be continued. And a hopefully less buggy sequel. That was 5, yes. So we're on 6. Ah, wow, the production's looking a little nicer here, actually. Let me just get a quick idea how long this one is. Yeah. Okay. I make no promises that we're gonna finish part 6, but I'll go a little longer than an hour. I'm gonna aim for another like 20-25 minutes, and we'll see what. Let's see what we're in for with part 6 here. Home? Hello, human. Hello, human with limited minds. I doubt you can conceive the total harmony of all people, in all time coexisting, history and future all interacting. Utopia? Maybe. And it's the ultimate goal of the Alliance, who's made posts throughout time. The residual effect is total temporal annihilation. Chrono Wars. Episode 6. Home? Dookie Incorporated presents Chrono Wars. Chrono's 20. Why is he 20 now? Many ideas. LHS 13. I don't know who that is. There's Asher, Joe, we met Cal, we haven't seen Roto yet. Oh, this ship looks a lot nicer now. Thanks, Cal. Well, who knows what day it is. Okay, so we can physically convert our gems into things. We won't need to eat any more dead bears. Status. Okay, we've got Asher. Oh, I wonder if this is going to get even more RPG now. Chrono Wars VI. Has anybody heard the name LHS 13 in chat? It's completely new to me. Don't have anything on the museum credited to that. I'm trying to see if there's something that would shorten to LHS in this list of names, and it doesn't look like that's the case either. No, that's just a completely New name. Special thanks to the usual beta testers. Lots of folks. Be sure to get these. Alright. Let's just hurry. Let's kick our pilot, as we seem to do. We did a big thing, taking the Tripoli off the ground from Alliance base. Ah, okay. That's the time-craft carrier Tripoli. This will serve as our mobile base. Take a long time to get to the right time. Well, will it? I left notes around. They may be vague and disarrayed, but write down their advice and they will make sense later. Alright, here's our buddy Roto. Yes, join us, Roto. There we go, we've got Roto. I think his obsession with blinking has calmed down a little bit. Here's another note from me about the security in this vessel. Oh boy. A certain combination of the switches in the lower level would create a complete circuit for the cooling system under the flaming waste. This is costly and should be used sparingly. Final activator for the cooling system is the touch sensor next to the white light. If you find both switches down there, I'll give you another hint. One you have to touch and one you have to shoot. Afterwards, you go to the white torch and hit a switch next to it. As soon as you burn the trash, you get to walk on it after shooting a switch and clearing away the rubble. This is... Who built this time machine? I've heard that sound effect before, but I don't know where. Merbotia? I think it's in Merbotia. Megazook sign. That would also track. Alright, yeah, Frodo, you do that. Let's override the red barricade. Oh, this is complicated. Great. I wanted to view the status of the positronic brain, but I guess it won't let me just yet. Regular boxes. Fake wall where blue ammo is brightest. Okay. Okay. There is no way that this isn't an instant game over. Okay, I thought it was an actual ZZT bomb. So... that's not the most helpful thing. So I'm fully interpreting that ammo is brightest hint to mean ZZT sidebar, where the ammo is a light cyan. But of course, in my case, it's moved, so whenever that hint becomes relevant, it's gonna be more of a pain. Sure. Stop overriding. Give me the status. Okay. How is this effect working? Where is that object coming from? I found the secret. It's right between that ammo. Just wanted to grab all this stuff first. Yeah, okay. That was an underwhelming explosion. Okay. I thought it said we had to shoot the switches. I don't get it. Special spot next to the white torch. Where was there a white torch? I didn't pay attention. Was it in here? Well, we can see in the corner it's using invisible walls to track the states of these switches. This is one I should be using. It has these classic Zeus, so I can just highlight fake walls. Let me just do a quick little look up. Cargo? Tubing system? Okay, well, so at least gives the board name. To cargo / faults. Oof. Okay. Okay, our switches are good. I'm not walking around through that. Mind the beeps. Okay. Lava's gone. Now what? Now do I shoot the switch? That was also a Megazook sound effect, wasn't it? This is still better than algebra. That's not helping. Alright, well, I got a walkthrough for a reason. Okay, that's not what I was expecting. Let's bomb Joe. That wakes him up. Okay, so now we've got Joe. I'm even more confused reading this walkthrough. The switch, collagens and ammo, onto the sign passage, and the red passage. Shoot the switch. Onto the red passage. Switch. Touch the white dot on the right of the white torch. Line up and go north. Go north. Make your way through the maze, killing bears and getting torches. Where's there a go north? Oh. There's a north from this board. How do I get in there to go north? Here, Roto. There's this. Sure. Why did it turn green? Interesting. But yeah, okay. That's right. I like to kick things in this series. It's what Ash is good at. Okay, there's gonna be bears on the ship. Oh, so you made it past the sewage. Well, here's the piping system. It has an exit on the surface. Be careful and watch out for rats. I'd like to complain that the Foxman's walkthrough just calls them bears. They're rats. Now it all makes sense. Well, he's done this before. I guess. Bear maze. Gambit. Darn it. Can't get that torch. Well, it's, you know, it's like 1990 or whatever. Yeah, it's time travel. I'm just like relieved to have a basic maze to go through. No algebra, modest blinking. Listen, this game is really amping up. That wasn't so bad. Here's our time machines. We got Rebel Time Shift Flagstaff. Maybe it's... It's the flagship of the Anti-Alliance Rebel Force. I guess we renamed it. It was invented by Joe Carter, an inventive physicist. It has been used privately and now is being graphed and duplicated for future training. The original shall be beefed up. Rebel Time Ship Janet. This time ship is named after a parallel existence of Joe Carter. In another universe, Chris, his brother, went back in time, screwing around with the fragile unfolding of events, eventually leading to Joe being born a female. A different sperm got to the egg. The female Joe, Janet Carter. Did I call her Jane in my summary? I think I did. Invented this smaller version of the Flagstaff and gave it to the two, promising not to time travel again. She is, of course, responsible for a whole different timeline. Okay. So it's not on me for once. I was terrible with names. Rebel space pod Atlas. Small pod stolen from the Alliance time-based Atlas and fixed for future use. This can be used for survey and scientific missions. It is armed. Yeah, but like... she only went by one name. Here's her cool ship. It's a crowbar! A physicist with a crowbar? Now there's a game I'd like to play. Okay, so all of that was to get a crowbar, and again, I immediately don't know where I'm supposed to be going. Killing bears, 6 torches. Go back into the blue. Wait. Okay. Now that was a good explosion. I'm impressed with that one. Okay, so we don't have to go backwards like that now. That's good. Thank God. Get the crowbar and enter the gray passage. Yeah, it's a pretty sturdy vessel, at least. So do we, like, pry one of these things open? Unfortunately, this walkthrough is just, like, really literal, and, like, the gray passage doesn't really tell me where I'm going, other than this is a gray passage. It looks like there's a passage behind this, that gray solid. We've got a crowbar. Which one of these was the odd one out? Was it even this board? Somewhere there was like a special crate, other than the bomb one. And we used the crowbar on it. There we go. Joe's got this. Okay. That gives us a key. Oh boy, it's a cluttered room. This place takes speed and might take many tries to get through. That's good. Well, that's a gimme. Many tries. Slider puzzle that actually went in my favor. Did I press the button? I didn't press the button, did I? No, I pressed the button, okay. It's saying to go west, and I just assumed that, like, that was supposed to be something else in there. Okay, tell Rhoda to disconnect. Alright, yeah, okay. And we're have a new place to explore. I keep thinking that this bottom ship does not look like a time machine to me, or spaceship or anything. I just keep seeing it as like a floor. Okay. Lasers are off. Ooh. I'm so tired, I'm going to bed. There is definitely enough time because we are literally piloting a time machine with time machines inside the time machines. Okay, so we can't watch a movie though. Alright, let's like this is a good room, like hands down this is very pretty for this series so far. Transporter out of this room leads to the wings with gunning stations. It has no use yet, but is fun to watch. The hot and cold dials, as they are known. Oh, okay. Nice. We can just fire some lasers. Common stainless steel toilet. What a comfy pillow. That was cute. Alright, this seems like a great place to call it a day. We took our nap. We're recharged. We blew up a few explosives on our spaceship. You know, regular stuff. So that was Chrono Wars, the rest of 4, all of 5, and probably the majority of 6. And a lovely rendition of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. That's going to be it for today, though. Let's all get some rest. So thank you all for watching. We will be back again with more Chrono Wars next Sunday. It's won me over. It's a mess of a game, but it's been fun, honestly. And we will, of course, also be back again on Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific time, playing whatever our poll ends up saying. And I'll be posting that poll later today, once I get a little bit more free time. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for supporting the stream. So, you can like, comment, and subscribe. Follow the Twitch channel. Follow the YouTube channel. If you're especially daring, participate on the Patreon. But, the usual links, the usual sites, the usual everything. So I've been keeping busy with ZZT lately, thanks to you folks. So I hope to see you all again next week, or Friday, or both, whatever works for you. And I shall see y'all later. Thanks for watching.